I am so excited to finally do this Halloween shopping haul video because I have been collecting things over the past couple months, including a really cool Halloween art piece that I was so happy and lucky to get online from a really great artist, as well as a neat older Martha Stewart Halloween decoration that I've wanted for at least a decade. So there's that, there's HomeGoods items, Bath & Body Works, lots of different fun things. So let's get started. I actually received this cute haunted house coffee cup from a subscriber. So again, thank you so much for this. It is adorable and I like that it's orange and black. It fits in with my other decorations. So I thought I would have a coffee in it for this video. I always feel like I want to save some of the biggest, coolest decorations for last, but to be honest, all this stuff is really fun. So I'm just gonna start with this pumpkin clock. This is a Martha Stewart piece that was made for, I think this was available on the Grandin Road website. And I remember seeing it in a Martha Stewart Halloween issue back in 2009 and thought it was so cool, really wanted it, but I did not have the money at the time to buy it and afford it. And so anyway, I was flipping through my old Martha Stewart Halloween issues for fun this year and came across it again and wondered if I could find it on eBay. So I searched for the Martha Stewart Grandin Road pumpkin clock and a couple of them came up. Most of them are fairly expensive, and I did actually end up purchasing one that did not work. It said in the listing it didn't work, but it made it more affordable. And then I just changed out the clock piece so that it is a functioning clock. And I was able to keep the hands that came with it. So I really love this. It's a heavier piece. I think it's probably made out of a resin, but just very cool and just totally something that I can see blending in with my Halloween decorations and something I would use for years and years. At HomeGoods, I did find my very first piece this year of Johanna Parker Halloween. This black cat bowl is something that I don't have yet. And a few pieces that I saw there I already did have, like some of the salt and pepper shakers, the coffee mugs, things like that. But I did not have this yet. So I thought this cute little thing would be wonderful for having candy in, or just as a little serving bowl for the Halloween table, because I do have quite a few other Johanna Parker pieces that I've shown in previous shopping haul videos. But it is, or it was $12.99, so that's how much this little thing cost, but I thought it was very cute. And also at HomeGoods, they're getting lots of spooky fun candles in. It's called Spooky Season, which of course made me like it even more. But the scent says, let's see, creamy, gently spiced pumpkin stirred with mascarpone and sweet cane sugar. So that's kind of the scent of this. But I would say it's just a very nice, usual vanilla-like pumpkin spice that is not super spicy. I also ended up finding this. It isn't necessarily a fall scent, but I think it would work for a fall scent, and it's tobacco vanilla. And I just like the color of the jar, thought that the scent was nice and different, and this was $7 for this. I don't buy too many brand new candles, wax melts, things like that, because my brother is always gifting me his latest candles and scents of things that he's making for his Etsy shop. But he gave me a gift bag full of things just about a week ago. He gave me a woodfire pumpkin scented candle, which is kind of a campfire smoke / pumpkin scent. But he also gave me some wax melts, which Autumn Orchard, which is kind of like a rustic apple, kind of like I don't know how else to describe it other than kind of a gift shop style scent. It's not your usual apple. So I do really like that one, and this one is great too. And he gave me a maple pecan candle and some wax melts, but also some of these shaped wax melts, which this one is Haunted Silk, and basically they're just shaped Halloween themed wax melts that are I would say a vanilla kind of campfire smoke scent. So very interesting scent. I think that they smell really good and they're so cute. You almost don't want to use them. And soap bars he gave me. So let's see, this one is Coffee Shop, and this one with the little mouse on it is Pumpkin Spice. So if you're at all curious about any of these things that he makes, you can check out his Etsy shop. I'll have it linked in the video description below. Jumping to HomeGoods, I found some shiny bright ornaments. This set I thought was super cool, and I actually have this set already, but I had wished that I had more because it comes with this black cat, jack-o'-lantern, and owl ornament, which are very, very cute. And so I was excited to find this, and this box was $30. But they also had some of these kind of medium-sized ornaments, and there's kind of some shaped ornaments in the box, just kind of striped patterns, the kind of glitter flocked design with bats, cats, stars, and moons, but I thought that these were really cute too, and these were only $17. And if you haven't tried it yet, try this spiced pumpkin room spray. It's, to what I can describe, it's kind of like a pumpkin spice and almost, I get maple in there, just a hint. But it's a very, very good scent. But part of it for me is nostalgia because I bought this exact same scent when I lived in my very first apartment, probably almost 20 years ago. So I'm surprised that they still have it, but yes, it is a very, very, I think, good pumpkin spice scent. It reminds me of fall decorating, and I was excited that they had it again, and they're $5 a can, so not terrible for the price either. And also at HomeGoods, they had these cute pillows. So I feel like every year I'm showing more and more and more Halloween pillows, but I feel like it's one of those things that I can't have enough of because there's so many accent chairs and guest beds and the couch and benches and things like that around the house that by the time I get all the way through the rooms, I run out of pillows for the places that I want to put them. And I don't believe I have one that is this size. So I thought this might be really cute on, say, the couch or possibly a bed. I don't have a bench that's long enough for this, but if you did, that would be another use for a pillow like this. But price-wise too, $25 for this. I thought that was a little bit odd because there are other pillows that were Halloween that were just kind of the regular square, shaped pillow were also $25. But very, very cute design. Love all the little kind of old-fashioned houses, the ghosties, and then it's a mixture of print on the fabric and this kind of embroidery embellishments. So yes, I just think this is a very, very cute pillow, especially for the price. And then also at HomeGoods, this adorable bat tray. So I almost didn't get this. I always joke that every time my brother is shopping with me, I end up leaving the store with something, and usually something more than what I was planning on because he can tell when I like something and when I'm talking myself out of it. And so he'll be there to talk me into getting it. But this little guy, which is actually decent sized, was just $15. And it's kind of just like a woven basket style tray. So you wouldn't want to put any, of course, like non-wrapped Halloween candies or treats in here, but this would be great for serving wrapped Halloween candies. I think would be really cute. Or if you have the space on your coffee bar, set some Halloween themed K-cups or tea in here. It would be cute as well. But they had a couple different sizes of this. This was the smallest. But yeah, I thought that was very cute too. And then we did end up going to Bath & Body Works, and I joked to Tim it was the perfect time to shop because this was a Friday afternoon. The store was almost empty and they were completely stocked with fall and Halloween scents, and they happened to be on sale. So these hand soap bottles, I ended up getting them for, I think it was $3.50 a piece, but I got Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. This is a classic one. They've had this scent for years. I remember having the hand sanitizer scent of that in college, which was kind of odd when you used it on your hands and then you're like having lunch, you know, eating a sandwich. So you're like smelling the pumpkin marshmallow latte scent while you're eating your sandwich is kind of different, but I don't know, just memories. And then cinnamon spiced vanilla is another scent that I got, and this one, pumpkin carving. It's such a different pumpkin scent. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but I thought the bottle's cute and the scent was good. So I did get 2 of these. And I also got pumpkin pecan waffles and leaves, which if I can remember right, is kind of just an apple-like scent. Another cute thing that I got, so this isn't something that I bought, but something that one of my subscribers had sent me in the mail, and it's a owl pillow that they made. So I thought that this was very, very cute, very, very well made. And of course, I feel like a lot of people that watch my channel know that I absolutely love owls, so this was a really fun thing. So thank you so much for sending this. I do really, really like it. So this is a very, very cute design. One thing, if you love burning candles and you worry about your tabletop surface, I like to use these old trevettes underneath the candles. And this is one that I just picked up at an antique shop. They're usually not very expensive. I'd say most of the time I get them for around $5 or $6, but I really like this one with the brooms in the design because it almost had a witchy feel to me. So yes, that is another, what I'm considering a Halloween find, and something that I like to use just having set on a counter or coffee table, and then it's just a nice surface to set a candle on when you're burning it. I like searching for things that I used to have or remember as a kid, and this is one of them that I can't believe I found on eBay. So they're window clings. They are from the 90s, I believe, Halloween window clings. I can't remember who had these, if it was my parents or my grandparents, but somebody had these window clings, and I just especially remember this Halloween tree, the witch, and the ghosts, and my plan for these. So especially with older window clings like this that I don't want to get sun faded, kitchen cupboard doors or mirrors, like bathroom mirrors, I think would be really cute. And in our home we have the rectangular windows above some of the doors upstairs, so I thought those would also be some really cute places to use them as well. But yes, that was another Halloween find. This is so adorable and so very well made. I can't imagine the amount of time that went into making this, because I think each one of these that she makes is sculpted by hand. I don't know if it was paper clay that she uses for these. It has kind of a wooden painted base, but as an artist myself, I can tell you that this took a lot of time and energy to make. So this is a Johanna Parker Partners in Craft. This is by Stony Lane Collections. Lauren Mitchell, I believe. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It's Michell. Being an artist, I realize what goes into making these, and this has so many layers to the process of making it. I don't exactly know what goes into this specific piece, but like, I'm just guessing. First, you have, and I'll make this quick, don't worry, but first you sculpt. So she had to sculpt each, feature of this, and the eyes, they protrude, the beak protrudes, there's a texture where you can actually feel the kind of scale-like area of the feathers here, the party hat, all of it, the wings. So after you sculpt, then it's a waiting game for everything to dry and dry and dry. And once it's dry, it's like base coat of paint. And then there's a dry brush finish that kind of goes over that. And then another dry brush finish, and then accent colors and fine detail painting. I mean, this, and the painting on this is so intricate. So my point being, before I'm mentioning the price of this, is this was something that somebody put a lot of time and energy in, and it's really a piece of art. And with that in mind, I believe it was around $400, and that is how much I spent on that. That is probably the most I have ever spent on a Halloween decoration. But for me, this being an original piece that Johanna Parker did not make, but some artist made, it just being the original piece, this is like an original painting, except it's a sculpture. I believe I bought the first one. Yeah, it says number 1 on it. So, but yes, this was something that I splurged on because I love Halloween. It is one of my favorite holidays. Check her out on Instagram, follow her. She'll post whenever she has kind of little collections of art pieces up for sale every once in a while, and she'll let you know kind of where those are going to be, or where you can find those. But yes, that was one of my really exciting finds this year. And behind me, you'll notice, are some little tiny witch pumpkin lights. So those are something that I actually just found on Amazon, and I believe they were $12 for a 20 light strand. They're battery operated and timer and multifunction. So across the mantle behind me, you'll see we have a variety of Halloween decorations, and these are most all pieces that I have available in my online shop. The first one here is this adorable orange witch that is carrying a bottle brush Halloween tree. This is a Bethany Lowe piece. I just thought they were so adorable. I think we'll just kind of move that way down the mantle. The next one we have is this little black cat sticking out of a pumpkin. So this is another Bethany Lowe piece. I thought these were just so cute. They kind of have a moss surrounding the base, and the little party hat that has the delicate little paper tissue on it, and then the little whiskers on the face. And then I got these in not too terribly long ago, so these are something that's new this year for Bethany Lowe. They're just little pumpkin figures, very classic Halloween look again, carrying a tiny little black bottle brush tree. I don't think I've ever shown this in a video. This is not Bethany Lowe. I can't remember which brand this is, but I have a few of these left. When you're collecting Halloween decorations, I feel like when you get stuff that's mostly orange and black, then everything really goes together well. So that is another cute Halloween piece. Almost forgot these on the end, but these are some Halloween noisemaker style decorations. So these are something that I crafted using some vintage reproduction Halloween imagery, and this portion of a Halloween art piece that I made. So this is from the Pumpkin Dance Halloween art print. So I'll show the print a little bit later, but these are something that you could stick in kind of a pumpkin bucket, a cat bucket, just a very fun kind of a pick style decoration. And each year I try to assemble a few interesting little Halloween displays or vignettes, and this is one that I put together this year. So this is a Bethany Lowe small cat bucket, and the hat is removable, so if you like, you can put a small LED tea light inside, but it would have to be a fairly small one to fit through the top of this, but then the eyes in the mouth would glow. So that kind of makes it so it's a display, but also, if you like, a luminary style decoration. And I feel like these little pumpkins are probably too small to even see, but adorable. So we have this little beware sign holding bat. So these were from Bethany Lowe. They're part of the same collection. So the ghost is something new that I have on my site this year. Last year I had the bat and he sold out right away. And then I was sad because I wanted to get more and I couldn't because they didn't, they were sold out from Bethany Lowe for the season as well. So I have a decent number of these, but not a ton of them because there's so many different things that you want to carry in your shop, so you can only get so many of each thing. But anyway, I can't remember where, but I found this little spider and thought, I'm going to use this for a little Halloween display because it is not only adorable, but the coloring with the orange and black was just perfect for Halloween. As you might have guessed, this is a Bethany Lowe miniature pumpkin bucket. And technically, if you put a light inside, the eyes in the mouth would light up. But for now, I have it filled with these decorative picks. And these are removable. They're one-sided kind of reproduction Halloween graphics, but also there is a sparkling little spider here and a golden leaf. I don't know what it was about it, but I just thought so cool. I love that it's a witch and a cat. It's just like a combination that I haven't really seen together, but they're both big symbols of the Halloween season. So I just thought together they were really cool. And I love just the old-fashioned style outfit that this cat is wearing. Has this tiny little broom that you can just place right in the hand. And inside you can place an LED light, LED string lights. There's a little bit of a bump where these two pieces are connected, but you still can put a light in, and through the vellum eyes and mouth, you'll see them light up. I just crafted this last night. We have basically this moon bucket that is kind of part now of this Halloween tree. So the Halloween tree itself, as you can see, has orange glittering branches, and then we have all of these spooky spiders kind of on the design of this tree, and some shatterproof orange and black ornaments in different finishes, some glittery, some shiny, some matte. And then on the very tips of some of the branches are, I don't know if they'll show up on the camera, but some gold confetti stars. So, and also these little kind of sprays of black and white. Lots of interesting things to look at on this little thing. Spent a little bit of time crafting it, but I was having fun. So yes, I was crafting this next to Marshmallow last night. And this is a small little display that I put together. And this little pumpkin is another Bethany Lowe item that is new this year. So it is a party hat wearing cat, and it has a tiny little pumpkin bucket sitting right next to the cat. So we have some very cool spooky Halloween buckets. This one is new to my website this year, and these are both Bethany Lowe. This one's a Johanna Parker with Bethany Lowe design, so you can probably see that in the styling of it. But yes, and if you place a flameless LED tea light or light inside these, the eyes and other facial features do light up. And another bucket that I have back finally again this year is this vintage style black cat bucket. The very back of it has a hole, so you could place, I think it's meant for a clip light, but if you do that, I would just say make sure to keep the tissue paper away from anything that would ever get hot. And to keep it on the safe side, I would use probably an LED light bulb inside instead of a regular incandescent, just because they don't get quite as hot. And then it has this party hat, which is removable. And so that is another way that you could illuminate it, is just set a flameless light right inside here. And something else I don't think I've ever shown are these little appetizer plates. So these are a set of 4 total. So there's 2 of each design. So it's a set of 4 appetizer black cat Halloween plates. I thought would just be a nice little thing to set out for if you have guests over and want to set out Halloween appetizers or treats, or say you have a Halloween movie night. And even if it's in the summertime, you could use these just to add to the Halloween feel for different snacks and things like that. And another thing I don't think I've ever shown are these little ghost candy dishes. So these are actually have a decent depth to them, and they have this kind of moon and stars design on the outside. Something about the styling of this just spoke to me. I thought that they were just very artful looking. And also new this year on my website, I have some Halloween night lights. So we have this pumpkin bubble light night light, which is absolutely adorable. That is one of the new fun ones. And then the other one is this ghost. And I also have a variety of Halloween and other seasonal art prints on my website, but this one was one that is new for this Halloween season. This is a bunch of antique Halloween imagery that I reworked to create this 8x10 design. So these are prints that you could put in whatever frame you like to suit your home. You could have them in a matted picture frame to give them a more substantial size, or keep them small and have them just in, a picture frame that goes all the way up to the graphic. I actually have a video on my channel showing a time lapse of me drawing this picture from years ago, but it's one that I've been asked many years in a row if I would ever have it available as prints, and finally last year for the first time I did. So they are back this year. And I also, of course, have signed copies of my books. So we have Thomas Halloween Edition. So this is a Halloweenified version of the Thomas story, which is a romantic ghost story. So that I have available finally again on my website. These ones sold out the last time I mentioned them, and it takes me so long to get more in stock, unfortunately, or at least for me it feels like it takes forever, but I do have copies of these in stock again. So those are, of course, signed. And then I also have Beatrix Percival Halloween Edition. So this is again a Halloweenified version of the Beatrix Percival story. And this is a story of kind of a young woman who discovers she's a witch, and it follows her on the adventure she goes on, and it has some romance in it as well. So that is another fun book that I have on my site. And then, let's see here. I feel like I'm going out of order, but it's just how they were stacked here. I also have Mildred the Mouse's Halloween Adventure. So this is a Halloween children's story that I wrote, and this is new last year. So this is one of my newest Halloween themed books. And it just kind of is a story about a mouse and her adventure in an old spooky house. And this is a different edition of the Beatrix Percival book that's full of some fun graphics to go with the story. So that is something that I'm happy to finally have available again. The last time I had these available, they sold out right away, and then it took me forever to get more. I feel like when they're a larger book, hardcover and full color, because it has imagery throughout the whole story, that it takes longer to get them. I think it's a fun way to read the story because you also get some imagery that goes along with it. So I do have copies of these signed on my website as well. And of course, the classic Helga the Witch. So this is the hardcover edition, and I have these signed on my website too. But it's a story about a witch that is on kind of a little Halloween adventure, and this one I did the illustrations for. So these are watercolor illustrations in this book. I'll have a link to my shop in the description below if you want to check out any of these Halloween decorations or any of the books. For those that might be watching on a TV that it might be hard to see the description for the video, it is just christopherheidemann.com/shop, and that brings you to the everything tab of my shop that shows absolutely every season and everything. But if you want to just look at other specific seasons, at the top of my website under the shop there's a drop down and you can kind of select the different seasons there. Oh, and as a little thank you for sticking around till the very end, for those that watched this video all the way through, there is something else on the mantle behind me that I was gonna just mention briefly, and that is this large black cat. So this black cat Halloween luminary screen is going to be a upcoming Halloween video. It looks complicated, but it was actually fairly simple to make. So I look forward to sharing that once I get the video edited and ready to post. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to share some more spooky videos with you very soon. Spooky season is just around the corner, and if you're looking for some eerie fun Halloween decorations to add to your home, I invite you to browse my online shop. Available are a variety of decorations, featuring items by Bethany Lowe Designs, Johanna Parker, and other vintage-style holiday brands. I also offer crafted items as well, and some signed copies of my books, including Mildred the Mouse's Halloween Adventure. My online shop is full of items that I hope will make your holidays even more fun and special. Take a browse. You never know what spooky decorations you'll find.